Greetings, everyone. This is Joanna, and today our daily message of love, inspiration, empowerment, and encouragement for who you are, all that we exist within, and what exists within us as the true magic of Source Creator that we are. These messages of love will allow you, if you so desire, to open your divine sacred heart, open all that you are as a sacred being of holy light, and call in the highest frequencies of codes and light and remembrance of who you are with Source. And we open up in this beautiful excitement to co-create as the magic that we are, as the miracle that we are as Source Creator. Honoring ourselves to remember the acknowledgement and the awareness. Acknowledgement and awareness is every moment that we choose to remember the purity of our soul essence. There's lots of goldfinches around. And lots of birds that are moving about the area. So it's really exciting to see them come in all their colors and all their delight and all their sounds. And remember the majesty of who you are, to feel into all that is Source presence, all that is that we exist within this beautiful weaving of sacred geometry and love that allows us to expand our consciousness as we feel into this ever expanding love, moment of love, reality of love, potentials of love. And that is the essence of everything that we move within. However, because it's been unseen, because it's been not taught to us at the very most subtle levels, we've felt ourselves very disconnected from what we've known to be Source, God, the Creator, all that is, because it's been written and taught to us as separate from us. So the process of the understanding of our planetary ascension is about every individual soul coming back into alignment of their soul self, their soul essence, and the divine remembrance that God is within, Source is within, the Creator is within, the center of every, and the nucleus of within all that we are holds the omnipresence. All aspects of all life is omnipresent. We're awakening and remembering and allowing ourselves to become a part of that entanglement now. It's always been within and without. However, without our awareness, without our acknowledgement, it becomes something that we walk blindly, not manifesting and not co-creating, not becoming the full loving beings that we are here to become. Allowing ourselves to transform as the butterflies that we are in all moments. Which is, this is the card that was just looking at me at the bottom of the deck that I had beside me, the transformation of the butterfly. Allowing us to harmonize all worlds, allow us to really truly harmonize what was and bring it to a higher level of belief and understanding through our awareness, through our acknowledgement. So you can choose in all moments, if you so desire, to allow the thing that has worked most profoundly for me is affirmations and reprogramming. The entrainment is what the teams gave to me many years ago of how to entrain higher belief systems. Most of us have come from familial lineage and Akashic societal backgrounds of very small belief systems about who we are, what our true potential and capabilities are. There's many remembrances and many experiences that I've had where I remember bringing forward such wisdoms, but, finding others around me not used to how and what I was moving through as far as pulling the information from space, if you will. And for some, it can feel quite unchallenging to wrap their mind around, and that's okay. But know that in the self-love and the self-care of acknowledging yourself as miraculous, acknowledging yourself as this magical being of soul essence within and without, you begin to not only activate those beliefs within every cell that we are in training, because as you choose a new acknowledgement of who you are as infinite, you begin to start entraining your cells. You begin to start entraining all that you are as a multidimensional being, physically, mentally, emotionally, and etherically, to then begin working in this new harmonic, working the energy within and without, to a new reality experience. And so it always begins within, however, because we have to seek that desire, say, I'm done with that lack of belief. I choose to believe myself magical now. Now, how can this magic allow me to see and perceive and experience all that I am? But it has to begin within. It has to, create that desire to feel different, to experience life different, to call in those different experiences for yourself. And that's that I can never say that word, reciprocity. I can never say that word. Reciprocity. Anyways, maybe put it down in the comments, or you know what I mean. That equal give and take, if you will. And so the more that you're willing to expand and search and seek and those beautiful experiences from all over the universe that are here to help us ground new energies into earth, the more that you'll transform all that you are within and without, so that it's returning to you. And that's why letting go and doing that self-healing work, so that you release the egoic limitations that keep holding us back into smallness and limitation. And so these messages of our love, to know that all that we fear and all that we have built as limitation to keep us small and limited have been the natural process of our whole human evolution. And many find it challenging because they feel as if that's their fault, and those are their energies to kind of wrap their minds, keep going around in circles. You don't have to understand it. Just choose to release it. It doesn't matter where it comes from. It doesn't matter how and where it was birthed from, because it's all multidimensional and it's coming from a myriad of experiences. Your Akash, your lineage, your family, societal, religions, all of these things are steeped in control, fear, and limitation. So it doesn't really matter where it comes from. What matters is that you're choosing at any moment to let go of anything that comes up that feels limiting and small and fearful. And those are all illusions. They're held within the emotional bodies that we're all healing at that fourth dimensional level. And those emotional wounds come from the psyche experiences from all timelines from 3 to 5D, as well as the collective and the social and the familial. So this is why it's such a beautiful soup that we're all swimming in. But you can choose in any moment to just turn love on, turn your heart light on, and just choose to be that miracle. I choose to be this miraculous being of holy light. I choose to see everyone as healed. I choose to see that, and if there's anything in my life right now that feels as if it's insurmountable, unmovable, or a problem, then I can just open up to the divine healing energies of the universe, of the archangels, the ascended masters, of source creator within, and begin feeling that transmutation from within, from without, and just shine that light like it's a sun onto that cell or onto that organ or onto that place of disturbance or discordance or illness. And use your imagination, use your tools of the Christic, the Christic expansive infinite toolbox, because as that toolbox may seem, if we so wish, the tools that we've mentioned, creativity, imagination, the will, the purity of your will and your love and your compassion, all of those are tools that we each all have, all of that we are as the blessing of source to transmute anything, because we're in oneness with source. But it takes our purity of will to say, I'm ready to let this go. I'm ready to love myself whole. I want to see how I can explore all that I am as source, to feel and experience and explore myself as source. I know there's so many gifts. And as you do that, you allow all of these gifts to expand in and of itself, because creativity will expand in and of itself. The imagination will expand in and of itself, because it'll be connected with the field that is growing. It'll be connected with your source energy, your oscillating cells that are expanding and growing in light. And this morning I woke up really, really early. And I know that I'm going through a huge phase of influx of light right now. I'm moving into another frequency of light consciousness. And this morning I woke up really, really early, but I was so tired. My body was just so exhausted. And my teams were telling me, you're taking on more light. So you're going to feel different. You're going to feel, your body will require greater sleep. Your body will require movement and exercise, as always. But the cycles are always changing, but how we can tune in is that alignment and that truth of who we are as souls. Really excited about this change, because again, oftentimes the mind will challenge us, and that's when the ego comes in. When we're transitioning into these new realms of play, the ego will try to call us back, and creating those detriment, fearful energies of, oh no, I don't know what's in the unknown, oh no, kind of thing. But that's up to us to entrain through acknowledgement and awareness. Well, change is going to be amazing, because all must change. And maybe my body and maybe my mind and maybe all that I am will feel better. Maybe my heart is going to open, and my heart will feel that love that I've been aching for and I want to co-create within. And so allow yourself to use your Christic toolkit, your imagination and your affirmations to really build your way into vibrationally the excitement of change, the excitement of transition, the excitement of all that you are as magic. And those energies will come back to you as you're building your own template, if you will, energetically. But Right now, it will allow you to open up into the expansiveness that change is really great. Change is going to be amazing for me. My body is going to be different. My cells are changing. And visualize your cells getting lighter and more crystalline. Visualize your organs being cleared and cleansed, and have a clearing cell that goes around and clears through the Christic and Metatronic light, when the violet flame and the white Christic light. And tune into your guides, because your guides might give you different colors and sounds. And that class that we're having that's coming up in June of the vocables, we're going to be practicing on pitch and certain vocables of an ancient language that was used in healing temples, and it was used through various evolutionary programs and periods. But what I'm really excited about now that they're just giving me, of course, because now is always new, is that these vocables will be brought into a new vibration of newness, because we're ready to use it in a new way. So that's really, really exciting. And how we used it in the temples in that timeline will be different than how we'll use them now. So we're hoping to have that link for our class in June. It will be for 7 days. And then there will be a period of break in between, so that you can practice the vocables, write down your reflections, and then as we return, we'll talk about the experiences of how sound has created the movement of beautiful energy, and the differences that you felt in sound heals. It breaks up calcium, it breaks up density, it breaks up and jumps over sometimes really challenging limiting programs that are held within the multidimensional bodies. And so sound can be used in many ways in many different illnesses. So we're going to start, I'm really passionate about sacred sound. I'm really passionate about working with Source and Gaia and the various vibrational fields. And so that's going to be my passion moving forward, in the assistance of not only awakening humanity to the multidimensional healing aids that we all have, our bodies within and without, and the elegance and the intelligence of who we are as dynamic, omnipresent beings, but also to use that sound and vibrational energies that is Source. It's the language of Source, and we can infuse ourselves within that language. And that's when that true healing becomes, because we become one with it. It's always the harmonization process. Healing is harmonization. You're harmonizing with a higher frequency of light to imbue all that you are, to encapsulate, to embody you, and then to have it released and transmuted for higher vibrational harmonizations. And so it's really always a beautiful, elegant dance. And how each and every person sees it, perceives it, views it, and experiences it will be different. And of course, that's meant to be, because that's the color of evolution. That's the color in the song that we all play. But the majesty and the love that you are, every moment, allow yourself to reach higher, wider, and more profoundly into the majesty of who you are. What is your daily loving message? What is the majesty within you that wants to come forward and play and explore and create? How can you allow that heart light to just open and be free? Allow yourself the confidence and the clarity that in all moments you open to receive, that it will be received, and have that knowing. I will receive the love that I ask for. I'm receiving the love that I ask for just in my own asking of it, because you know that you're worthy enough to ask for it. I ask to be healed so that I may feel self-love, so that I may feel all that I'm meant to feel and explore and express. And in this excitement, I know my cells are changing, my body is changing, my mind is changing, and I'm reaching for higher vibrational fields of thought, higher vibrational fields of light. And I know that I'm creating magic in this, because I am one with Source. I'm harmonizing with the fields of the all. And so, dear lighted ones, we wanted to offer just a short daily message of remembering the majesty of within, remembering how that majesty within assists you in healing anything that you're moving through, and to offer it to yourself. Invite yourself to greater love, invite yourself to greater healing and harmony, invite yourself to the oneness of the magic and the richness of life that is all around you at all times. So we'll get 2 cards from here. Oh my gosh, it's always so profound. You can't make this stuff up. So allowing the flow of all that you are as Source. You are magical. You are infinite. You are a divine being of love. Every cell within you is made of the most highest majesty of the heavens. You are made of magic. You are made of the essence of Source. It's a vibration undeniable, undefinable, unexplainable, and you are it. You are made of the highest vibration in the universe. Allow every cell to know that. Allow your heart and your mind to harmonize as one in that. My heart and my mind are harmonizing in the most majestic experience that is love. And I'm going to allow myself to trust in that. I trust that I am love. and allow yourself to affirm and create imaginings and move in that knowingness. And it won't take long at all before your reality begins to feel your knowingness. And it takes practice, because oftentimes the ego will want us to slip back into the limitation patterns and beliefs and behaviors. But entrainment is about how we're overcoming that. The entrainment is that practice of that new vibration until it becomes that new reality. That's what entrainment is. And allow yourself to trust within the flow that is always source. Source is always offering you new vibrations of joy and bliss and reconciliation with your whole soul self, to reconcile with you as being love, even if you might not feel it or know it or remember it. Just putting the intention for you to acknowledge yourself as love, to be aware that you are love and majesty, and those will begin to flow to you and through you. And that's what our consciousness really is. Our consciousness, our soul will always ask that we reach up and reach out and expand and evolve, because it's the excitement and the joy of evolution. It's built within every cell. And so know that as you ask for it, it will always be given. As you reach for it, it will always be shown. And we say reaching in the most loving and joyful, childlike, excited, and the most curious way, because that's source creator, that's evolution, that's ascension. It's a joyful process of self-discovery and self-remembrance. And there's no rush, there's no, my team said to me this morning, I had so much excitement and so much energy now that so much has been cleared, and I really feel as if I'm moving more into my soul self every day, which has been so wonderful, because the last year and a half I've felt so not me. I've had to really reclaim, like every day, trying to reclaim who I am and bring it back into my heart space, because of all of the clearing and the healing that I've been doing and opening up to the collective energies on a deeper level, that have been far more challenging than I anticipated. But in doing so, it's allowed me that greater strength to really claim greater of my light, because again, as you awaken and let go of the density, you catalyze yourself into new frequencies of potential, new catalyzing energies of light and love and excitement. But I was saying that I was feeling this morning with all that excitement of feeling me again. I just wanted to get out there and just start, I had a list of, the ego, of course, had all of these things that now I'm feeling better, and now I'm feeling great, and I'm feeling centered and powerful and empowered and inspired. All of these soul ideas that were on the back burner, if you will, started coming forward, and I saw myself just, whipping through infinite fields to create. My team says, what are you in a rush for? Just relax and enjoy what you're moving through. And I was saying, but it's been such a hard journey. I just want to get busy. I want to create in my bliss. I want to create, and it'll happen. Just enjoy this moment right now. And that's especially, my personality is get her done, right? But they're constantly reminding me that your miracle and your magic is now, and just soak within it. Just slow down, soak. It's all unfolding. Just let it flow. Just allow, and just really chill. And I'm like, really? I gotta do so much. But it's not about doing, it's about being. And that's my constant reminder of self, that I'm fully in the vibration of source, just flowing and grounding and being, and allowing every cell to take on that new vibration of who I'm becoming, because my cells are taking on greater light. And I can't rush the feeling good, if you will. Soak in it. Admire what you've done and achieved. Admire all that you've let go and you've transformed. Be in honor and of sacred pride and sacred revolution of who you've become. And that's not a process to be rushed, and it shouldn't be, in my, I'm always being taught every day. I'm being taught great lessons. And this is our love message for today. Get to know each other. I love this card, because so many of us are going to be meeting Soul Tribe and meeting really sacred partners and energies along our way that will assist us in becoming all that we can be, to stretch us and allow ourselves to know that we are held so delicately and elegantly in love, as tribes and as families, to know that in that getting to know and in that slowing down, great love is built. And you can see this card always reminds me of slowing it down and just taking the time to be all that you can with one another in every moment, because you can see the worlds that it's created from below, and you can see the majesty that they're creating in this slowing down process, and just allowing the flow to become. You can see that they're lifted above the water, because they've left the emotions of The emotional body is very powerful in co-creating, but it is done so when it's fully balanced and it's fully in harmony and grounded with all that is, because we are one, and we're considering now that we are part of a collective and a planetary existence, a galactic universal existence where we affect the all. So it must be done from a place that's very grounded and very honoring of all life. So it's a process where we're just kind of slowing down and say, well, I really want to get to know you. You know, this is time for me in my letting go and in my transformative experience. And now that I'm ready to step into new realms of sacred relationship, I'm choosing to honor that process now and honor who I am in that getting to know stage and phase of sacred love. And in doing so, this is what's created, that elevation of who one is within oneself with Source, as well as the sacred couple. And that's the elevation of not having to figure anything out or control, or having to have all things aligned, if you will, for plans and processes, if you will, but to simply surrender into the flow and trust, which were the other two cards that we had. Surrender into the flow and trust that you are carried and you are supported. But our role right now is just to enjoy this allowance of where we've allowed ourselves to come in this process of release and remembrance and reunification. And how is that honoring, and how is that allowing the expansiveness, and how is that allowing the true sacredness of one another to come forward in its fullest and highest potential? That's what sacred relationship really is. It's the honoring and the respecting, so that each person is brought to their highest experience of love of themselves, you know, to mirror to one another our capacity to accept and to allow and to forgive and to give compassion to, so that each and every person in each and every moment, they're brought to a higher experience of flow, you know, getting to know and slowing it down, and you know, allowing that moment of love, because love expands. And through breath and through love and your intention, you're slowing time down to expand that essence of love. And that's what that card really means to me, is the getting to know. And on the bottom was, act as if your partner is already here. And so again, that's the honoring. This now moment is magical. Whether your soulmate is with you, whether your sacred mate is with you, your family is with you, it doesn't matter, because consciously we're all one. We can create those imaginings and those creative affirmations and those energies as if we're always, because we are, we just can't see. Because I know they've showed me. My teams come to me, and I see these visions of my celestial teams and families that are always with me. I mean, if we could turn the light on all spirit that's with you at any moment, you would be crowded and surrounded by loving family that love you from all over the universe in various dimensional frequencies and forms. So this is why we're opening up our consciousness in acknowledgement and awareness of who we are as spirit and essence, to say that all that you ever need is always right in front of you. It's a matter of our belief systems and our love for ourselves and the majesty of who we are, to say, I'm ready to turn that light on and to see all the magic that is before me, and that's Source Creator. When you ache so much for your celestial family, you ache so much for the heavenly councils and the angels to be with you. It's just your awareness and your acknowledgement that they've always been with you. They've never left. And that's your awareness to say, wow, I'm ready to soak in a greater love than I thought before. I'm not separate from anything or anyone. And that's really magical. So I hope you move about your day as this magical. Oh my gosh, we just said that. Turn your heart light on. I just randomly pulled a card from the center. So turn your heart light on. Turn your light on your heart and say, I'm ready to be the majesty of who I am. I'm ready to live as Source. I'm ready to know myself as love. I'm ready to offer my love to all of creation, because I know it affects the flowers and the soil and the trees. And I'm going to walk with all the light and all the love that Source has provided me. And in that, I'm so appreciative and blessed of all that I am as Source Creator. I'm blessed with how I'm able to affect the planet in a loving and conscious way, that all of my love radiations, like the essence that cannot be seen, is felt, and it ripples through all of creation in my acknowledgement, in my awareness, and in my allowing of that greater flow to be love, to be the majesty of Source, to be the sacred child, bringing all life together. And this is what the sacred child does. The sacred child brings life together. It brings our family together. It brings unity. It brings clarity. It brings our sacredness to a new level of playful curiosity and oneness. So beautiful, so beautiful. So we hope you've enjoyed this message of love, and we wish you many blessings and beautiful elegance for your home life unfolding. You are magical, and you are the majesty of Source Creator. Namaste.